Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am C and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages or the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's find out what cards come through and what messages come out with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. So the first card that came out is the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Lovers card. We do have some Gemini energy here. It could be dealing with Gemini. And we have the Queen of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Cups. So this Page of Cups, this does feel like an energy of things really being in the starting phases, in the beginning phases. I also feel like with this Page of Cups, you could be dealing with somebody who's younger, or there is something very youthful about the way that they're looking at the situation. I also feel that with this Page of Cups, this does feel like a very admirable energy as far as the way in which somebody is looking at things and even just the way things are. I do feel like with this Page of Cups over here, this also feels like an energy of kind of being able to experience feelings in a state of being in that initial awe. So I do feel like this is like infatuation when it comes to the way somebody feels about somebody. And I do feel like there's also a sense of kind of putting someone on a pedestal when it comes to the way in which somebody is looking at you, or the way in which you are looking at the situation, or you're looking at somebody. We have the Ace of Pentacles showing up over here. This does feel like a new beginning that is intended. I do also feel that when it comes to the way this person's looking at things, they perhaps have an outlook of being able to have something stable with you. They are seeing you as somebody who's quite grounded. You could be a ground force in this person's life. And I do feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, there's a desire for being able to actually enter into a new beginning and having a chance at really being able to start something that's going to go for the long haul, something with long-term potential is what I am getting. So I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a very solid and also very stable kind of a connection with someone. And I do feel like this person you're dealing with is somebody who's in a stable place in their life. I also feel like this person is someone who's quite established. I also feel like this person is in a space where they feel like they are willing and able to actually make you an offer. So I do feel like they are offering you something that's also it's backed up. It is something that is something of substance. So I do feel like there's a sense of being able to actually have action behind an offer, or the words that it comes from somebody trying to make you an offer. We do have the Lovers card showing up over here. With the Lovers card, this does feel like a very passionate energy. I do also feel like there's a strong sense of a connection. You may feel that with this person, there's this feeling of being connected. And I do feel like with the Lovers card showing up over here, this does feel like compatible energy. I also feel that it does feel like there is a sense of some reciprocated energy with that feeling of being connected. And I do feel like there is also a sense of also being able to enter into something that is going to be quite exciting, quite passionate. And I do also feel like it's also something that's going to be stirring your emotions quite deeply, if not already. I do feel like with the Queen of Swords showing up here, though, this does feel like an energy of being very... I do feel like being very smart at the approach towards a connection. I also feel like when it comes to making actions towards you within a connection, this does feel like energy of being very calculated, in the sense that this person isn't taking anything for granted. They are thinking their actions through. I also feel like this is based on the past and wanting to be able to experience something different. I do feel like there is a sense of actually being in a position where it's like something this person has gone through has made them wiser, it's made them stronger. But I also feel like there is a sense of kind of having a little bit of some resentment from something that may have happened in the past, and that's motivating them to act in a different way. So I do feel like with this Queen of Swords, this also feels like being able to have the kind of communication that's quite candid, it's quite straightforward, and I do feel like that's in order to not have any kind of misunderstanding and being able to actually be on the same page and being certainly on the same page. I do feel like with the communication, this does feel like having clear communication. I also feel like you and this person may be on the same page when it comes to being able to communicate things. So I feel like with this Queen of Swords, This does feel like a pretty serious energy, especially when it comes to being able to make choices and decisions and being able to communicate that, and even boundaries within this connection. That's also important. I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Two of Swords in the reverse, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Wands. So this Nine of Wands, this does feel like a little bit of a guarded energy. I do also feel like with the sense of guardedness within a situation, this does feel like a very cautious energy when it comes to approaching things. I do feel like there's a sense of wanting to be able to look out for oneself. I do feel like though, when it comes to this Nine of Wands, this does feel like energy of, if taken too far, this can kind of be something that sabotages the connection. I do feel like, especially when it comes to the intimacy within a connection. So I do feel like there's a sense of needing to be able to actually get through to someone and being able to actually get past somebody's walls within a connection. But with the Seven of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of those walls kind of slowly coming down. I do feel like this is a less defensive energy. I do feel like there's also a desire to be able to have a peaceful connection with you. I also feel like that's something this person views as something that's possible with you. With the Seven of Wands showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of not wanting to fight. It's like they don't want to fight with you either anymore or at all. And do you feel like with the Seven of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually have the opportunity to get closer to this person, and this person kind of opening up in that way that allows you to come in. I do feel like though, this Four of Cups, this does feel like an energy of being in a position where you may feel like something is missing from the connection on an emotional level. You may be waiting on something more to be added to this connection. There's also this feeling of kind of being a little bit it's like a feeling of being bored with where things are and being ready for what's next. I do feel like with this Four of Cups showing up underneath the Lovers card, this does feel like the emotional connection being something that needs to be further developed, and I do feel like it's something you're ready for when it comes to this connection with this person. With the Two of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of actually being quite decisive as far as where someone stands, and I do feel like there's an ability to communicate that with you and be able to get that across to you. But with this Two of Swords showing up in the reverse, this also feels like a sense of making a decision. And I do feel like with this Two of Swords showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of making a decision and being able to actually stand for a minute. I do also feel like there's a sense of being able to actually be able to see things more clearly when it comes to where someone stands with you. And I do feel like it's as a result of somebody making a choice to be able to prioritize this connection. And I do feel like there is a sense of being able to have communication around that, especially when it comes to this person's actions towards you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have a Gemini card with I think. We have the Aries card with I am. And we have the Mars card with Force. So with this Gemini card showing up over here, you could be dealing with a Gemini, also getting that with the Lovers card. And we also have Aries, you could also be dealing with an Aries. But with this Gemini card showing up over here, I do feel like there's a lot of thought being put into a connection. I do also feel like there's a lot of communication. You will be hearing a lot from this person, and I also feel like this person's letting you in every step of the way through being able to actually communicate with you along when it comes to their actions towards you. I do feel like though, with this Aries card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of independence, and I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where you are able to actually have a connection with a person where it's like it's not infringing on your independence. I do also feel that with this Aries card showing up over here, this does feel like a sense of being able to actually have that freedom within this connection, and I feel like it's on both ends. It's like a connection that is not infringing on your freedom in a way that's allowing for things to actually be able to evolve. I also feel like there is a lot of passion here, and I do feel like there's that fieriness in this connection. And I do feel like with this Aries card showing up over here, this does also feel like a sense of you could either be taking the lead on things, or when it comes to being able to take action, there's something that you're initiating within this connection. And I do feel like it is also allowing for being able to actually have this feeling of trust and safety to be able to meet you when it comes to being able to go first in that sense. The Mars card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of... I do feel like with the Mars card showing up over here, I'm getting it pertaining to this Aries card. This does also feel like a sense of being able to actually push for something that you want. So I do feel like it's acting upon a desire. And also when I get that Ace of Pentacles, this does feel like an offer, something being offered to you. I do also feel like there's a sense of being able to take action. I do feel like there is also communication, and especially communication that is really starting something. And I do feel like being able to take the initiative as far as starting a conversation that may be long awaited or necessary for being able to actually kind of allow for things to move forward in this connection. It's necessary for it to evolve. I do feel like that's happening. And I do also feel like with this Mars card showing up over here, there is a sense of being able to act upon what somebody wants, what they desire, and take action. And I do feel like there is also a sense of being able to hear someone out with that Seven of Wands showing up in the reverse. So there is also, I do feel like there could be a meeting of being able to get on the same page, being able to actually have some kind of amends being made. And I feel like it's happening through a conversation. So those are the messages I am getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.